Hello everyone, my name is Salim and welcome to the Markets Breakdown Analysis for Wednesday, the 27th of September 2023. We'll be breaking down charts to the exact zones where price will close for potential buys or close below for potential sells as well. So looking at the daily candle for Tuesdays, the daily's been bearish, breaking below the daily support formed around 1908,400 and more likely will be closing bearish just below or within this rejection formed previously. And now to break down the chart and looking at the 4 hours. So actually let's have a look on weekly. So the weekly is bearish. As mentioned, as this weekly candle closed weak bullish, rejecting the upside and respecting this weekly resistance, the anticipation is for the new weekly candle to break this low, to continue bearish and retest this weekly support. So now dropping down to the daily, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start breaking down the analysis from the high time frame to the low time frame as well. So the first thing we can see here is we actually haven't got any reason for our support as I can see within this price action. But what we're going to do, we're going to scroll on the left. So the first thing we can see, we have this previous 4-hour support formed around 1897 300. Now going back to our recent price action and dropping down to the hourly, the first thing we can see is we have not a resistance, because the resistance is all the way up to this level, which is far away from the entrance. But what we can do is we can put a line to where this daily high was formed, drop it down to the 30-minute time frame. Now we do have this 30-minute range, for example, but then what we could do actually for potential buys, we could adjust the level of buys around 1903 900 or even 1904, and for potential sells could be below the previous 4-hour support formed previously on the left, below 1897 300, which is this support as well. So this is going to be the no trade zone. And now to look for potential buys, and the first thing we can see, I mean, everything is bearish at the moment. Like when you look on monthly is bearish, the weekly is bearish, the daily is bearish, the 4-hour, the hourly, we can clearly see there is a bearish momentum currently on gold. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the daily. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to mark up where this previous daily support formed around 1921.21. Dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, we have a 4-hour resistance around 1913.900. Zooming in and dropping down to the hourly time frame. Now we have an hourly resistance as well. So I would say maybe we could adjust the level of that line around 1910.500. Dropping down to the 30-minute time frame, we have a 30-minute resistance around 1908.300. So I would say the first target for buys could potentially be 1910.500, targeting this previous 1-hour support. The second target for buys, now the first thing we can see on the left, we have this previous daily support formed around 1921.300. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, we have a 4-hour resistance around 1916.700. We're looking on the hourly. This is a range on the hourly. I would probably stick to the high time frame in this case. So looking at the daily, I'd say ideally is to have the second target for buys at 1916.700, targeting this previous 4-hour support. And now to look for potential sells. We're going back to the daily. The first thing we can see, especially on a weekly, we have a weekly support formed previously, which is the anticipation that we have in at the moment. Obviously, is for price to retest this weekly support. So we have this support. We have this 4-hour support. Actually, a weekly support around 1889. Looking at the daily, we have a daily support as well. And probably we will have the same levels on those low time frames. I would say the first target for sells could potentially be 1889 100, targeting this previous 4-hour support on the left. I believe I still have it actually, this 4-hour support. The second target for sells, now going back to the daily, looking on the left, not really much we can see. We're looking on the weekly, we have this weekly low that was formed previously. Dropping down to the daily. On the daily, what we can see, again, to be honest, we have clean traffic on recent price action. We have 1871, which is 1871 500, which is a previous 1-hour resistance, daily resistance. So actually we have a daily support around 1877,400. Drop it down to the 4-hour time frame. And what we can see, we have a 4-hour support as well. And again, we're going to stick to the high time frame analysis. So I would say the second target for sales could potentially be 1877,300, targeting this 4-hour support.
Dominion Markets, your trading sanctuary.